Peace. Greetings, this medicine man. We out there this morning, cemetery working. Getting some work done in the cemetery. Part of this work, when we are out. Good morning, Miss Sunfire. You be up early like me. But the main thing is, when we out here, man, when we doing work in the cemetery, you know, it's always important to be protected at all times. So what I did this morning before I came out, I have a mixture of, it's lavender with hot cayenne pepper, coffee, and some other materials that I use to cleanse myself before I come in, because I didn't want it to bring any negative vibrations into the cemetery that would draw any kind of negative forces to me. So I definitely took a real good cleansing shower, scrubbed myself, cleansed, and did the necessary work I needed to do to release the negative energy off me, so when I came in here to do this work, everything should operate smooth. So right now I'm at a mausoleum. This fella been here a long time. Been here a real long time. And what we doing now is kind of pretty much, you know, I really finished doing what I'm doing, and I'm just setting my work up to kind of marinate. But what's happening right here is I'm drawing a spirit out of this mausoleum into my bakulu, so that my ancestors could have control over this particular spirit, so that I could use it whenever I need to use it and use its power through my bakulu stick. Long process, a lot to talk about, but this is part of root work. And this is why I always mention that root workers should always have magical tools and elements to work with. And this is why I always mention that organic objects are homes and places to house spirits. So when we dealing with a Egon bakulu stick made of a certain tree material from sacred trees, have certain ceremonies on them consecrated to your ancestors, so that the power that you're using through your ancestors, you control spirits. And this is what, you know, and this is what makes hoodoo what it is, root work what it is. Now I'm a Sunfire. My ancestors ain't in this particular cemetery, but I have ancestors in there, because this is a slave cemetery. They got graves go way back to 1720s out here in the cemetery. So they even got a slave cabin way down there. You know, it's a slave cabin up there. You know, on a good morning like this, I'm gonna bring my shovel and go digging up under that slave cabin. But yeah, that's how it's working. So I'm just letting this marinate right here. I got some special powder. I don't know if you can see it down there. I got some powder down there at the foot of the stick. Another thing to talk about is the magic circle. I know in European occultism, they talk a lot about the magic circle and using the magic circle when you conjuring spirits and things like that. Well, in African science, the magic circle is actually used to contain spirits. You know, not for you to stand inside the magic circle, but for you to call spirits within the magic circle. So what I actually have is a special spirit powder down there at the foot of the stick. It's down there at the foot of the stick. You can't see, it's kind of dark. And get a candle. Borrow one of these candles real quick. And you see the powder down there. Yeah, a spirit powder. They got many names for spirit powder. Generally, I just call it spirit powder. That doesn't have to be fancy, but the powder itself should be consecrated and made in a certain way, with containing elements to contain. So because we're talking about making a powder to actually contain spirit, so this is what this powder does. You know, definitely contain spirit. So when you call them up within a certain circumference, they remain within that circumference. It's a lot more to it than just that, but that's a basic fundamental of it. But that's what we're doing. So always remember that when you make in a circle, you cast in a circle, you should not be in the circle. The spirit that you're calling should be surrounded by that circle, because you don't want to let a spirit out in your immediate environment. You know what I mean? You don't want to let nothing out. That's why I said in my previous video that when we call spirits, we shouldn't do it in the house, because if you're not containing that spirit and you call something up on your altar, and your altar is not surrounded to contain that spirit that you call to be only, contained to the altar, what happens is the spirit is free to go in your closet, in your refrigerator, in your food, and and things like that, because you got to remember, you got a lot of organic material in your home, especially in the form of food. And people don't know the spirits will hide in food. And this is why food was prepared in the Geechee Gullah culture in a particular way. This is why black people say food is made with love. It's made with a certain type of emotional energy to cast out any negative spirits that attempt to live in the food before you eat it. Because spirits are always searching for an entry into your body. They're always searching for entry into your body. I mean, on TV, you see spirits walk through your skin. Yeah, they can definitely do that. But for the most part, weaker spirits that can't break your aura, they need a way in. So they're going to come in through what you're drinking. They're going to come in through what you're smoking. And they're going to come in through what you're eating. And this is why having a sound diet and sound eating habits is important in all African science. We always eat healthy because we understand that spirits live through food. And if you eat the wrong foods, you're inviting negative spirits into your life. And sickness, for the most part. Yeah, but I'm getting this thing here ready and getting everything done. About to get up out here. I just wanted to share some quick words with y'all real quick about a few things. Like I say, I'm back to work. I'm in my office. There's a few things going on out here. The sky look nice and bluish. Look like the sun coming up pretty soon. I'm just trying to get this power right here real quick, some energy out, so I can go do some work. A couple of clients and people that I'm working with and working for. We're just trying to keep everything moving and keep everything good and copacetic. But this is how some of the work go down. Sometimes it look like this, sometimes it don't. But when we come into a mausoleum, this is one of the ways. I can give y'all a quick little lesson about going around the mausoleum, because when you're grabbing dirt from a particular place, it just depends on what tradition you learnt from. There is a way that you can actually pull the dirt, and by pulling the dirt from around a mausoleum, what you're actually doing is pulling the essence of the spirit that lives inside. So what I generally do sometimes, and this is a good technique and practice for you guys who experienced with your root working and know how to come into the cemetery and know how to keep yourself protected and know how to work with particular spirits. But when you come in and dealing with the mausoleum, you start on the right hand side by the step and you trace it. You trace it with your fingers and you trace the whole side. You go all the way around tracing it, and you work your way around, all the way around until you come all the way back around to the front part of the mausoleum, the tomb, and you stop right there dead center. And this is where you pull from. You pull the essence. What you're generally doing is you drawing a circle. Remember what I told y'all about the circle? You're drawing a circle around, and you're containing that spirit, and then there's some things you can do. There's some things I draw, some symbols I drew here on the step. And I used my Bakulu stick, and I kept tapping and calling up the spirits. Had some fire lit right there. Had some fire lit right there on both sides. And I tap, and kept calling the spirits until I heard actually something inside there rumble for a little bit. I don't know if it was my imagination, or if I done actually did something. That would be interesting to find out. But you keep tapping and tapping and tapping that Bakulu stick and calling on the ancestors and calling on your spirit guides. And they will awaken that spirit that's inside. Draw that spirit into my stick, and I take that spirit and I go about my way. Few other things I do, I'm gonna drop and do a reader before I leave. But in essence, that's what it is. So let's get ready for the reading. I kept my cards. My cards spent the night. These ones there spent the night in the cemetery, so. Let's see if I got some light down there. Let's see if I got some light. I'll bring a candle down. Let me steal one of these candles. Y'all know I'm garbage with shuffling cards with one hand holding the phone, so I'm gonna need y'all to bear with me for a second. Hold tight. I ain't going nowhere. Let me shuffle it up real quick. All right, I'm back. I done shuffled it up real quick. So I'm gonna watch my back because the sun coming up, cars coming by, but I don't care. What we doing now is I'm gonna cut this 3 times to the right. 1, 2, in the middle, 3. Grab this here. Grab that here. 3 times to the right. And I'm gonna break the deck in half again. To the left 1 time, 1 on the top. So now that we got the deck shifted, I'm just going to read the left-hand side path and the right-hand side path of the spirit. So by me reading the right and left-hand side path of the spirit, I'm going to do this. This is for the left, and this is for the right. See? Good. A very good sign. Prosperity in the duality on both sides, and then the number 9, which is a number of death and prosperity. So this would be considered a yes. We can move forward. You see? That's considered a yes and moving forward with the spirit all day long. Good sign for me. And so what I'll be doing, my bad, I gotta put my iPad down. I'm reading a book back there in the woods in the iPad, so. But this is a definite good sign. I'm not even going to explain all of that, what it means in reference, but when I do the reading and I put the deck right in the middle, I'm reading the left and right hand side paths of the spirit, and which would give me an answer as to if this spirit is coming out to work with me. And what I got here is here, good positive sign. Here, a great positive sign. It shows the number of the day, number 9, and it's a positive sign. So this is all good for me. So that makes this a successful run right here. Makes it a successful run, successful mission, and pretty much I'll be out of here pretty soon before the sun comes up. Y'all can check it out. This Medicine Man. If y'all got a question for me and want to ask me something, feel free while y'all got me here. But other than that, I'll be signing out in a minute or 2. Good morning, Yamoja Blue. I see you. Y'all up early. And this Medicine Man, you know what I mean? Dropping the science on y'all, this African science on y'all, this Hoodoo, this Afro-indigenous science on y'all about working in the cemetery, working your roots. And I mean, peace, I'm out. Y'all be good.